Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com, and I just wanted to give you guys some information on Mercury, the sign of Mercury, and what it means. Mercury is the planet of communication, and Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times a year. It is the fastest moving planet. The moon's actually faster, but the moon is really a luminary. So, when Mercury does go retrograde, depending on the house that it's in, usually you're rethinking, redoing something in that house, or people from the past tend to re-enter. When Mercury does go retrograde, they ask that you don't sign contracts, and unless it's something that you were offered prior to the Mercury going retrograde. So let's say, they always say it's not good to start something new during a Mercury retrograde if it's in the house that it's in. So let's say that, is it a good time to start a new relationship? Probably not if Mercury's retrograding in your 7th house. But is it a good time to fix things with an ex? Definitely. You may actually hear from an ex if it's retrograding in your 7th house. Wherever Mercury is going retrograde, you're asked to kind of look within and sort of reanalyze, rethink whatever, it was retrograding in that house. Pretty much, like I said, Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. And during this time, communications can get lost. You could have miscommunications with people. Documents are lost. Bad time to sign legal agreements because of the fact that you might sign something and not know the big picture later on. You may not really see the fine print, or what you thought you were signing may turn out to be something else. So in this video, I am going to go into Mercury by the signs and Mercury by the houses, and to give you a better understanding of what it means. So stay tuned. Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com. I wanted to give you some information on what it's like to have your Mercury in Libra, or the 7th house. Well, what is Mercury? Mercury is how you think. And it's also how you communicate. So with Mercury in Libra, how you communicate is you're a very balanced person. I want to say you don't really like to upset anyone. You want balance, you want harmony, you want can't we all just get along would probably be your motto, So I want to say Mercury in the 7th house, you would be, you could see both sides of a situation too. You would be great probably at being a lawyer, a marriage counselor, or what else? I want to say a mediator of any kind. You would be good at that. Because of your able to see both sides of a situation. Now, if you have your Mercury in the 7th house, which I do, if you have your Mercury in the 7th house, this means that you will probably be really concerned with relationships. And you could be focused on relationships and, like I said, counseling. And, my Mercury's in the 7th house, and I will tell you, I do get a lot of, I have this thing on the website called, if you basically want to talk about relationship issues and your whole family has heard it and doesn't want to talk about it, and maybe you're in a dysfunctional relationship and it's too embarrassing to talk about anybody else, I have a lot of those calls. And I don't know why. I will say I do like astrology and stuff, but I use astrology to help in those counseling sessions. And I find that really, really rewarding. And anyway, and it's a focus for me, so I guess it's in my chart. I do like helping people relationship-wise. But like I said, if you do have your Mercury in the 7th house, you would basically be concerned with relationships and partnerships. Those will be really on your mind, And I want to say you need balance and harmony. You could see the both sides of a situation. You really, you want to be fair. You don't really, especially if your Mercury's in Libra, you really don't want anyone mad at you. You want to be the even-keeled one. Pretty much your thinking is balanced, with Mercury in Libra. So Anyway, this is my synopsis of Mercury in Libra, or the 7th house. If you have questions, please put them below. I wanted you to know that classes are now resuming in February on the website. So if you want to take a basics class or an aspects class, please click the link below. I'm only going to keep it to like 20 maybe students. I want to keep them kind of small. So let me know. They're via teleconference. And also I wanted you to know we added some reports to the website, and they're $30 a report. Some of these reports are 50 to 70 pages, depending on which report you choose. The website shows you pretty much how long the reports are. But there's some really cool ones, like the child report gives you an insight as to what your child may be interested in. So if you wanted to give them a head start in life, to get them, into things that maybe they're going to already be gifted at according to their chart. And then there's the relationship one. There's like 3 or 4 of those different kinds that you could choose from. And what is the other one? Oh, future forecast report, which is great because it lets you know the transits that are coming up and what to watch out for. So anyway, I just thought that I'd put it out there and let you know that it's there. It took me a while to get this settled and implemented and everything. So anyway, I hope you had a nice Christmas, and I hope you have a good New Year's, and I will be doing more videos soon now that the holidays are over. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.